Good morning, beautiful people around the world, and welcome to Obinwannem English News Updates. My name is Obo Promise, the news presenter. On our package this morning, the 3rd day of July 2024, according to Punch, federal government directs MDAs to patronize made in Nigeria goods. Vice President Kashim Shettima has called for the prioritization of local content and promotion of made in Nigeria products, citing that Executive Order 003, which makes the patronage of locally manufactured products mandatory, is still in effect. Shettima also says the federal government has partnered with the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria to devise an actionable roadmap and policy framework that would refurbish the nation's manufacturing sector. He affirmed that the roadmap and policy framework would be speedily implemented to effect the needed changes that will revamp the sector. The VP, who declaring open the 3-day National Manufacturing Policy Summit at the State House Banquet Hall, regretted that the sector had endured a series of setbacks over the past decades. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I implore us all to leverage this summit to develop an actionable roadmap and policy framework ready for immediate implementation to create the change in the manufacturing sector. I assure you all that we shall always maintain an open door policy to accommodate your needs and expectations, Shettima stated. Nigerians bought 16 trillion naira generators fuel in 2023, says federal government. In 2023 alone, Nigerians spent a total of 16.5 trillion naira to buy diesel, petrol, and generators to get electricity, the federal government announced on Tuesday. It also announced that the formal power sector, including electricity generation, transmission, and distribution companies, made a total revenue of 1 trillion naira last year, amid the over 16 trillion naira spent by power consumers in the informal sector. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, who announced this at the ongoing 2024 Nigeria Oil and Gas Conference in Abuja, however, noted that electricity consumers on Band A category now get up to 24 hours supply of power. He said, if you know how much our people spend buying diesel, petrol, generators and servicing them in a year, the last study we had in 2023, a total of 16.5 trillion naira was spent on this in power generation. Even a number of the industries are off the grid. They now have their captive power between their environments with gas-powered generators. Still on Punch, stakeholders seek legislation to boost investment. Some stakeholders in the impact investing space in Nigeria have called for legislation and policies to boost investment in underserved entities in the space. This call was made at the official launch of the Sustainable System for Research and Innovation financing project funded by FCDO, Research and Innovation Systems in Africa, on Tuesday in Lagos. The project is aimed at building the capacity of enterprise support organizations, creating sustainable financing mechanisms for enterprise support and venture funds, establishing effective linkages between businesses, investors and transactions advisors, and strengthening local ecosystem research and institutional capacities. Speaking at the event, Etemo Glover, the Chief Executive Officer for Impact Investors Foundation, which organized the event, said that the foundation was working with stakeholders to boost knowledge of the impact investing space. And now we move to the Vanguard newspaper. Why prices of food items will soar higher. We don't tell people about prices of tomatoes and pepper again because they may fluctuate at any time. Sometimes we sell at a particular price in the morning and by noon on evening the price changes. This was how Mrs. Hanato, Ajiji, an official at the tomato/pepper market along Bauchi Ring Road, Jos Plateau State, captured the surge in prices of foodstuffs in the country. The trend is making it difficult for most Nigerians to feed as their purchasing power continues to dwindle. Various reasons ranging from the high cost of transportation, increasing inability of farmers to go to farms due to insecurity, foreign exchange, climate change effects, multiple taxation, late release of budget allocation, and rising inflation, among others, have been fingered for the soaring high prices of food items. Disturbed by the development, some experts and leading lawyer Dr. Olisa Agbagoba SAN have tasked government on action to fight hunger and avert looming hunger riots. Senate approves bill allowing foreign residents in Nigeria to obtain NIN identification, Sahara reporters. The Senate has approved a bill in its second reading to grant all foreigners the right to obtain and use the National Identification Number (NIN). The legislation, sponsored by Deputy Senate President Baru I. Jibrin Kanu North, aims to replace criminal penalties with administrative measures to ensure compliance with NIN requirements without imposing severe legal consequences. The Senate advanced a bill on Tuesday for a second reading, aiming to grant all residents in Nigeria, including foreigners, the right to obtain and use the National Identification Number (NIN). Sponsored by Deputy Senate President Baru I. Jibrin Kanu North, the National Identity Management Commission Repeal and Enactment Bill 2024 Section B of 472 also proposes replacing criminal penalties with administrative enforcement measures. This change seeks to promote compliance with the NIN usage without imposing severe legal consequences. With this, we've come to the end of our news update this morning. A massive thanks for listening to Obinwannem News Hour. Please do ensure to follow Obinwannem media platforms to be updated anytime we come live. Please do have a lovely day. My name is still Obu Promise, Obinwannem media person from Akwa Ibom State.